Hi there, and welcome to the Cult of Cinema, Cult of Comics, whatever you want to call it. I'm just doing a live unboxing. This is a really short video today because I figured I'd rather do it live than actually go and pre-tape it and get all that stuff done. So I got Mr. Team Canada here, and I've got my box. So I've been waiting for this one for a little bit. I have a couple other unboxings coming up in the next week or two, I think. But I actually, if you watch my Conan live stream, then you're going to know a little bit about this unboxing. Hopefully you watched my other video that I did where I was talking about where I did the review for the soundtrack. If you haven't, please watch that. That one means a lot to my channel, and you get an extra cool point if you watch that video, which you don't get if you didn't watch the video. All right, so we got three things here today. And first off, yes, I like my Conan. So here is another epic collection, actually. And this is the Conan Chronicles, the Song of Ballet. Gorgeously done. So this would have been, oh, I got a sticker on the back. Let's take that off. I hate having stickers on books. And if you're there, say hi, hit the like button, and I am working on getting Andrew Scott Bell from the composer on the channel, so be in the know when that happens. Yeah, this is a gorgeous book. This is a really good story too. It's a classic Conan story. Definitely one that if you're a Conan fan, you've heard of. So basically, this goes from August of 2012 to February of 2014. And we have here the Border Fury 3-part storyline, the Death 3-part storyline, the Woman on the Wall, which is another 3-part story, the Nightmare of the Shallows, which is a 3-part story. We have the 3-part story, the Black Stones, and the Song of Ballet is the 4-part story, which this is named after. So we got that. Let's put that over here as we take out book number 2, which is totally going to shock you. So I'm going to just take the sticker off first. I gotta say, it must be an earlier time and day, because usually when I'm doing a live video like this, there's at least, you know, even like half dozen people that have come in. But today it's been pretty quiet, I gotta say. As you know, I have been playing, and I will be playing the Conan game again. I'll be streaming live on that in the near future. So here is the Volume 5, right? Savage Sword of Conan Volume 5. Omnibus. So for those that are unaware, there's 2 ways that Conan's done. It's the Savage Sword, and well, in Marvel, and there's the Conan the Barbarian. So Conan the Barbarian is a color comic that is more like, I wouldn't say for all ages, but it's less savage, less violent. Hey there, Richard. Well, good morning, man. But Conan, the Savage Sword of Conan, was done as part of a magazine. It started as Curtis Groups, and their stories are not as easily done. They're nastier. There can be violence. There can be nudity. The letters, pages, articles, all this stuff is in here, because this is a magazine, not just a regular issue. And one of the neat things about this is Dark Horse put out like the editions of this before, but when Dark Horse did it, they just did some of the Conan stories. There was none of the backup stories or anything like that in there, and there were some really big backup stuff. So like In the Desert of Dreams here, issue 425, this would not have been included in the other version of it. Neither would any of the backup stories or any of the other stories or any articles. They have articles here, like, so this is when like Conan was coming out with the film Sumerian Hollywood. There's a few different, as you go through here, there's going to be a few different articles on an upcoming Conan movie as well. I love the fact that they do like these here here's some Gil Kane art as well, and some oh well, Bill Sienkiewicz for Conan. Anyway, there's a bunch of stuff in here, stuff in the back as well. I will be eventually doing a review of this whole thing. And we got Valeria. It's a very important part of the Conan series, but unfortunately not as important a part of the movie. Okay, this. Well, every one of these I'm excited about. But for those that are unaware, I started collecting omnibuses last year on my birthday. And I said that if some of my stuff gets sent across before me, then my goal at the time was to reach 50. To reach 50 omnibuses before anything gets sent across. And today that goal has been met. Today I have reached the Herald number 50, so I'll probably put that into the. I got a placeholder name for this one here, but I'll put it in another name. So anyway, this is another one that's not just comic, but was also a magazine as well, and this is definitely another one from my youth. So here is the Deadly Hands of Kung Fu. So you can see Iron Fist and Shang-Chi on the cover, and of course right there's the White Tiger. So basically this was during the whole Kung Fu craze, and they had the regular, the Master Kung Fu, the Shang-Chi comic book, but they also did like a magazine. So in this magazine here you would see things. I've got Tony Isabella intro, and also an intro by Chris Claremont. So you would see things here, for instance, like you could get some comic stories, but you also get articles on Kung Fu, basically on different things like Kung Fu moves and movies and weapons. So you'll get, for instance, this right here, the Iron Fist, the living weapon, with an intro. But you'd also get in the same issue, World's Deadliest Fighting Secrets Not Revealed, where the each issue would have like a color cover. This here would be, for instance, the Chuck Norris issue. A drawing of Chuck Norris right there, young Chuck Norris. So they would have an exclusive interview with Chuck Norris on the inside. Along with that, there'd be things like, so we have the Enter the Letters, which was a letters page, the editorial, You Set Your Goals, Pursue Them, exclusive interview with karate star Chuck Norris, the IKL, The Revolution of Full Contact Karate, a follow-up to the Chuck Norris interview, Killer's Elite, a special Marvel film preview of a new martial arts film, plus they would have Sons of the Tiger and Iron Fist in there as well, so you'd have a whole bunch of stuff in here. So this here doesn't just include the comics, this includes the articles as well. So if you're a fan, if you're a big martial arts fan and you like the Shaw Brothers films and stuff like that, there's articles like this, some of the weapons of Kung Fu. So this is a very different, very unique omnibus in that it takes a different take. Like a lot of these things would just like show the stories, the comic book stories, stuff here like it's like a one-shot by Bill Mantlo called Samurai. Gorgeous artwork, and again, this is a magazine, so it can get away with more and more violence, more if there's violence, nudity, blood, whatever, that can come in here because it's the magazine. It's not like it doesn't go under comic book rules, so there's no comic book code authority to actually have it go in a different way. So there we go. Fighting Arts Review. Also a big fan of the White Tiger character. So I had a few of these magazines when I was a kid. So seeing like his character, because he premieres in here. There's also what's the name of the characters? Jack of Hearts is in here. He has his premiere in this one as well. There's a whole lot of like articles and write-ups on here. Daughters of the Dragon. So an issue, I think it's issue 32. Deadly Hands of Kung Fu. They do the first ever Daughters of the Dragon story. So Daughters of the Dragon, you've heard, if you watch the Marvel shows, the Netflix Marvel shows especially, then you've seen the characters, because you know it's Colleen Wing, and what's the other character's name again? Come on. Yeah, Misty Knight. So Colleen Wing and Misty Knight were the Daughters of the Dragon. Their storyline started in issue 32 of Masters of Kung Fu. Unfortunately, Masters of Kung Fu only went for Deadly Hands Kung Fu only went for 33 issues. So what that meant is that their storyline didn't get finished in Deadly Hands Kung Fu. However, rather than leave the story unfinished, what they did was they gave them a story in Bizarre Adventures to finish off the storyline that was going on. So the storyline in Bizarre Adventures is included in here. So that one that finishes off the was in Bizarre Adventures 25. So they needed to finish out that storyline, and they wouldn't have people like buy the Deadly Hands Kung Fu book and then like not get the complete story for the Daughters of the Dragon. So they included their story from Bizarre Adventures in here as well, which again was another Marvel magazine that was coming out at the time, where we got to see more of Daughters of the Dragon. Now, Bizarre Adventures had their own like stories in here. Like for instance, you got the Black Widow, Lady Damien, and Daughters of the Dragon, sneak previews, a whole bunch of stuff. I would like to see, like, I know it's probably not going to happen, but I would have liked to have seen like a whole bunch of these magazines get like omnibus reprints. Like the stuff, this is some gorgeous stuff here, some wonderful artwork in that too. I love the fact that they do like full color representations of the covers here. So all in all, this one runs, I think, over 1,000 pages. It does Deadly Hands Kung Fu 19 to 33 and Bizarre Adventures 25, because like I said, I had to finish out that storyline. So today I've reached my goal of 50 omnibuses within 1 year, just a little over a year actually. So when I eventually go, whether it be this year, next year, or whatever, to Morocco, I have a whole bunch of reading material, because the whole idea is having some reading material, because it's not going to be easier to find like English reading material in Morocco. So here we go. Today I have The Savage Sword of Conan, Volume 5, Deadly Hands Kung Fu, Volume 2, and the Conan Chronicles. What number is this one? Yeah, they put numbers on the back for these here, so you don't have to collect them. Volume 6, Conan, the 2012 to 2014 saga, and it's really quite a masterful saga. So with that being said, I want to thank you for joining me here in the Cult of Comics today, because I am super tired, but as you can see, I'm just literally got up long enough to make this video and talk to you guys. Well, talk to some of you guys. If you have not checked out the soundtrack review that I did yesterday, it runs 12 minutes long, and it helps out my channel a lot when you check out reviews like that. Thank you, Creepy, because at the end of the day, it was nice enough to have the composer reach out to me to let me do a review, kind of early review ahead of time. And the only way that I can keep bringing stuff to the channel, whether it be an early like soundtrack review, an early movie review, or early like reviews on DVDs or Blu-rays or anything like that, is if you guys actually watch those videos and let people know that they're right there. So for those that have watched it already, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. For those that haven't yet watched it, I really hope that you do, because it is something that does help the channel a lot. Just as much as your likes and subscribes does, you know, when you watch some of these videos that may not always get as many eyes on them, because they don't have like a fancy like Vinegar Cinema Sever name in front of it. So anyway, check that video out, and hopefully I'll do by the time I do my next video, I'll at least reach 100. I am Aaron. Thank you for joining me today in the Cult of Comics, and I will see you soon right here next time for another video. I got one more Cult of Comics unboxing coming up actually, and I should have a Sever unboxing coming up in the near future as well. So I'll see you soon.